Okay, so, oh man, okay, alright, you guys are gonna get kind of mad at me, but welcome to Ionia, the Blood Moon audio commentary, where I wait a year to talk about a game. It's not even a game. I it's a video. Okay, alright, we're off to a good start. So, obviously, if you guys are watching this, you probably have already seen the original Ionia the Blood Moon video. If you haven't already, go check it out. Link in the description below and right here on the end. So, let's see. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's press the play button here. Um, yeah. So there's actually a lot of things to say here, so I'm gonna be pausing and stuff. But oh gosh. Okay, so the characters on the sign actually do say Ionia. Of course, it's read from right to left. In Chinese, and it's "I ao ni ya." But what's interesting is that was my kind of translation of it, or not, not mine. Google Translate's translation of it, but it's spelled that way for, I think, for the actual country Ionia. But for the League of Legends Ionia, there's an actual Chinese name for it. There's actually like it's also Ionia, but yeah, but it's different characters. So technically, this is not correct. So anyway, moving on. Uh, this is this is a video, and we're gonna press play. Oh, the Splinter Cell, yes, very important. Close up on Splinter Cell. So here, okay, so this is actually really dark, and I kind of regret making it so dark because, quite frankly, and by the way, during this whole video, I was experimenting with lighting techniques. This is kind of like the first time I really like kind of dived into the world of lighting. So yeah, it's kind of poorly lit, and I regret that. But ultimately, if you can't tell, this is a pile of bodies. It's a pile of Noxian soldier bodies. Yi is already exhausted, as you can see. And Akali's like walking up like, yo bro, what's up? How's it going, man? Like, you okay, man? You gotta take a little breather, man? And then yeah, so obviously they just killed everybody. So that's the kind of idea here that I was supposed to portray. Of course, it's not too obvious, especially since you just started watching the video. You don't really know what's going on. However, if you pay attention, that all goes away in a sec. So there's no bodies anymore, and now it's, quote unquote present time, and you see the dragon. The dojo is empty. There's no bodies there, and it's kind of better lit, so it's obviously not nighttime. Um, and yeah, it's much brighter now. So much brighter, different time travel, right? Important. So we'll keep watching because time travel is actually something that I've been not actual time travel, just like telling portraying the end and then portraying the beginning. I just kind of spilled it there, but we'll continue with that idea and then know that this is a different time chronologically than the intro just now. Got some cheap dust particles going around. Yeah, the minions here. Oh gosh. So this shot was just like obviously kind of like a cheat to not have to animate them all. So it was basically a still, and then just. But the minions here are they are minions, and I love that it was obvious after the gold, but and it wasn't obvious before that. So that was kind of cool to see like people like click and be like, whoa, that's so cool, and have that kind of moment there, which I enjoyed as well. So obviously there's purple minions and blue minions, and they're not wearing their hats, and they're also two different sexes. There's male and female, so I was very inclusive. But yeah, the idea is that the minions are the ones who are watching this particular show here, which, as you can see from the poster, is Akali versus Yi, right? Oh gosh, yeah. Oh yeah, the Chinese names on the poster. If you just pay attention to the poster, because this is probably like the best close-up you'll see of it. The poster is it does say Akali's name in Chinese. I believe. Gosh, it's been a year. I'm so sorry, guys. I've waited so long for this. In my defense, I did write a behind-the-scenes blog soon after I actually finished the thing, which is far more in detail than probably what I'm going to be saying now. But and I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's on WordPress. It's dylangu.wordpress.com, I believe. Or you can go to my website, dylangu.com, and click blog. Either way, so this is the poster. I did kind of like a character behind the mask thing, like literally like a Chinese character behind the mask to get that authentic, look, or the balance out the look of it. And of course, the mask and the other mask, both the masks, sorry, both the masks were actually just rendered out in Blender with no shading. to make it look very cartoony and stuff like that, or drawn. And I added an outline to them when I was rendering it out with freestyle. Or no, it wasn't freestyle. It was just I just added an outline. So you go into Blender internal. This is Blender. This is all rendered in Blender Cycles with the posters here, as well as the stained glass where Ghosts Don't Bleed too, or Ghosts Don't Die, was rendered in Blender internal shadeless. And so then I got that kind of look to it, which was really important. And yeah, also fun fact, the way I textured the mask with all the detailed textures there and like the imprints of the mask, the red and the blue and all that stuff for Akali, was again a very similar method where I went into Blender internal and then I modeled a bunch of planes in the shape of the designs of the mask, and then I rendered that out and then used that as a texture file and then put that onto the mask. And I actually did a very similar thing for pretty much all the designs on Akali's robes. I modeled the design in Blender as a two-dimensional plane, rendered it out, and then used it as a texture file. And the reason why I did that was simply because I just work faster in Blender, so which is weird. I work faster in Blender than I do in Photoshop, so I just did it in Blender, rendered it out, and used it. Like I didn't need to go into Photoshop. I could have though, and for more detailed stuff, like more like nuancy stuff. That's not just like the distinct colors and distinct parts. You should be using Photoshop, but because there were such distinct patterns, I could just use Blender. This dragon head, I will tell you now. The dragon head itself, I did not model. The dragon head I actually downloaded from blendswap.com, which is a great website for Blender heads to get some free models and animations and rigs and everything that people just put up for Creative Commons license for use, and that's really great. I put the ball in there myself because I thought that the idea of having a ball inside the mouth is really cool. You see it a lot in Chinese architecture for statues and stuff, where like a lion will have a ball in its mouth or something, or dragons will have a ball in its mouth. And so I kind of like the idea. Also, the Ionian crest, if you look online on the wiki, it'll have a picture of the Ionian crest, and it's two silver dragons with red eyes. And so I wanted to kind of like pay homage to that and have these silver dragons wrapped around the posts here, representing Ionia, and because that is where this is taking place. Also, for some cool sound design, fun fact, I added a little growl there to make it seem like it was alive. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but it was just kind of like a thing I threw in there for fun. And this shot is fun. This shot was just Master Yi walking and actually having animated minions here, like cheering them on. And you get to see Yi's like six-pack or whatever, so that's cool. And ultimately you get to see the entire environment, which I thought was really cool. The dojo itself looks really nice, I think. It turned out really nice anyway. I did make the dojo from scratch. It is completely modeled and textured by me. Of course, the texture files and stuff are from cgtextures.com. But yeah, it was inspired by this photo, which I'll put on here right now, as well as this photo, which I'll put on the screen right now as well. It was kind of a combination of these two ideas that really inspired me. So I wanted to take that, and then I wanted to, again, gear it more towards an Ionian theme, which was important. So I'll go into more detail about that for the background in a sec. Again, Akali's robes were all textured with the Blender plane rendering technique. I think her robe looked really nice. It turned out really nice. I think the shading for I think it was a velvet, kind of like a velvet shading. That was really cool, and the cloth simulation was working out pretty well for the most part. In case you guys are curious, the way I did the cloth was for actually rigging cloth on an armature for a rig with a character on it. You basically have to